Hello, my name's Chris, this is Blue Kraken Gaming, and welcome to Farthest Frontier, which is going to be our holiday series for this year. So, this is a game that I did actually put out to a community poll a while ago to compare whether I should, on my own time, either get this or Settlement Survival. This was the one that everyone opted for, and I have played it a bit in my own time since. I've not put a series out for it. But we're going to do, like I say, a holiday series for it at the moment. Now, it's had a lot of patches come through since the last time I played it myself, so I don't know if we're going to run into some of those. But effectively, it is a survival-based city builder, where you're going to build up your city, you're going to have construction chains. But where this one is a bit different is you do get attacked, so you do need to have walls and defences and everything. So, like I say, it's quite nice, it can be quite chill, but equally, when you get attacked, unless you're prepared for it, it can be a bit stressful there. So, I'm going to launch into a new settlement. I'm going to do Trailblazer, which is basically the standard setting. We are going to have this called Tubesville. And I'm going to kind of leave that as is. Pacifist mode turns off the bad guys. But like I said, I'm going to leave that Trailblazer. We're just going to jump straight into that. Right. Let's go.
Life can be harsh everywhere, but in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave, that we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. This wild, unsettled land offers us the hope of a new start as the masters of our own destiny.
I do like the music they put into this one. So, there we go. Ensuring all grain and flour stored in granaries will help limit rodent populations because, yes, there are rats and we will need rat catchers. So, like I say, I really quite like this one as city builders go. There is no end game, as it were. You can have a fully fleshed out city, but you don't have like an end game objective like when we did Frostpunk. All you had to do was survive the storm and then you were like, hey, the game's completed, well done, here's how you did. This is just, you can just keep going. So, here is where we've started. Okay, so we finished scouting the area, survey the land your villagers have explored, and choose a promising site to construct the town centre. It's important to choose a location that's near resources you'll need to build a successful settlement. Things like clay, iron and ore, and potential food sources. So effectively, we need to figure out where we're going to start. So, my first thought is, do we have... Okay, so we got some wild vegetables there. We've got some water and fish up here. That's kind of nice, but there's not really a lot else around it. I mean, trees are not a problem. We've got plenty of trees around. I kind of would like that. Oh, that lake's too small to start with. That one's too small. I'm kind of thinking maybe somewhere around here. Because we've got some herbs, we've got some veggies. But there's more veggies there. Maybe here. Those veggies are vegetables are too close because I don't want to build on top of them. Yeah, I think here. Because then we've got water, fish, not too far away. Yeah, I think here. And then, because we can make use of those wild vegetables. Predators are attacking right away. Oh my days. That's kind of unfair. Right, okay, let's pause time and get going. So, first things we need to get down. What are some of the first things we can get built? Right, we are going to want a well, because that's going to help with water for people. Yeah, There we go. We want a well. And so you can see the groundwater. So understandably, the closer you are to actual water, the better your groundwater is going to be. So, got 56 there, 58 there. And across 60 here if we just move it to that front bit there. So we can pop a well there. So that's going to get water for us. Then, what have we got? Firewood splitter. Yeah, we're going to want some of that. Now, I have got to plan ahead a little bit here. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Because we are going to need to consider roads coming out. And a lot of the roads do have to go past your... there we go, let's put a road there just so we can get one down. Yeah, they've got to come past the town centre. Right. You're now telling me to harvest some of these trees. Yes, we can get that done. Actually, that might be a bit far. Can I undo that? No. Okay, alright. Get cracking then, guys. We'll see how you do. Might have told them to harvest a bit much there. Right, defences. Lookout tower. It's a bit early for one of those, do we think? Because, of course, the higher up the hill it is, the better the chance you'll have to shoot things. So, like, there would be a pretty good spot for it, actually. Yeah, we'll pop a lookout tower there. Oh, we haven't got any gold yet. Can't do that yet. Oh, well, they can start placing some of the stuff down. Fences, roads, right. Housing I want to get done. What do I need for housing? Town centre. Okay, so we need to get the town centre finished being built. So they're having to clear all this first. And then we can start getting some houses down. This cart is currently storing all of our items. So our food, resources, tools, arrows. And we're going to have to start... So it gives us some to start with, but we're going to have to start producing some of these. So... yeah, that's kind of one of the bits we want to get done a bit sooner than later. And the one thing I always forget to get going with in games like this is the early game food. I always keep trying to get to better food, and so I forget to make, you know, the early game food, the sensible stuff, the stuff that actually just stops them dying out before you get to the better food. So at the moment you can see we've got all of our workers, and they're down here knocking away on the stone with these ones. These guys are taking the trees down because they're having to clear the space before they can actually start building the town centre. But luckily they're collecting the wood and bringing it straight in. When we start getting jobs, they can... Look, we've got a builder here. These guys are now building the town hall, but we're still missing 8 logs. So they'll need to be brought in before we can actually get it finished. Yeah, so we're out of logs and we're out of stone, which are what these two markers are at the top. That's fine, because they're going to keep working their way through them. May have definitely told them to harvest too much. Right, hang on. Deselect. Right, can you... You do not need to go anywhere near that far out at the moment. That should be fine. I do kind of like the way it gives you, when you're doing stuff like that, it gives you all the tooltips and everything you need at the top. I do like that, just as a nice little reminder, save you having to go into the settings and look it up all the time. So, we've now got a wood splitter. So, she's going to be... who have we got in here? Amria is going to be splitting firewood for us, so that when we get houses, we are going to be able to have, like I say, firewood, so they can keep warm. I do want to get that well down. There we go. So that's got its resources now. It just needs someone to build it, which is why it's got the little picture of the person there. Okay, everyone's still taking these trees down. Okay. And what I want to try and get done is I want to get the well done. And with this, I like to try and set up districts, because some of your industry will cause... like low, I'm going to say low-level pollution, considering this is like a medieval city builder. But there'll be like noise and soot and stuff like that. So I kind of like to have all my industry built in one direction and the housing built in the other, so that they don't get upset. There we go. So we've got our well. That's now got water in it, so we can get a drink for people. That's good. Now the fun thing with wells, considering it looks at ground water, is if I were to... oh, we can really get food production going. Okay, right, well, let's get a hunter cabin. You say you've got deer in range. I think, at the moment, our forager hut's going to be better. Oh, I keep pressing R to try and rotate there, but it's not. It's tab in this one. We put that there. They can start collecting some of these cabbages and whatnot. And the hunters, I'm curious as to where they say they can go out and get deer. Probably going to be worth having a hunter's hut because they do carry weapons. Okay, so that's going to let you get stuff with traps. So we're going to put the hunter's hut a little bit out the way. And we might need to put a road up to it. What I do love about this game is the roads will curve naturally. So if you look at when you can look at it, they've got to put it down. But you can see the ghost. That is quite a natural curve to a road going up that hill. It's really beautifully done the way they've done roads in this game. I do love it. Right, cool. So we've got our town centre built. That's probably why we've been able to do the rest. So let's get some housing down. So we can go there. We need to leave a space for the main road. But we can get that down like that. Now this little marker here is saying that these sites need to be cleared before we can even start depositing resources there. Now the way it will work with the townsfolk is anyone that doesn't have a job, i.e. at the moment the only job we've got is the firewood splitter, everyone else then just does like labouring work, i.e. building, collecting resources. They will just do the general dog's body stuff that's being put around. I do want to prioritise food. So I do, because we've got water, I do want to prioritise food now. So let's try and get the hunter's hut and the gatherer up, because the bit with it is, the time moves through seasons, and so these are in season at the moment, these wild greens, but they won't be if we don't collect them soon enough. Which is why I do kind of want these as a priority. So, do we actually have builders? No. We've got no spare builders, because builders... We've got no one building. Why do we not have anyone building? Everyone's just labouring at the moment. I mean, that's because they've all got a lot to get done between collecting all the stone and clearing the trees and all the rest of it. So I kind of get that, but you know, I'd have hoped one of them would have come off and sorted this out. Although actually that we can't have any builders because people need to collect the logs. So have we got... Yeah, I need to collect some more trees. Let's just collect a few more trees because we are going to need those logs. Because that's going to stop those two being built at the moment. Everyone's too busy trying to clear the stone. Which we are going to need. So it's not the end of the world. But the logs at the moment are the priority. It might actually be worth deselecting those stones and saying don't worry about the stones at the moment. Get on with trees because it's wood that we're short on more than anything else. Yeah, housing shortage. So that one I need to leave there because we need to clear that so we can get the house done. But that's freed up for some more labourers. The rest are going to get some wood. That's good. Right, that site's now cleared. I'm cutting down trees. I don't want to leave that one a bit treed up at the moment, particularly as we're going to be trying to get deer from there. So I'm more inclined to cut down the trees in this kind of a direction. Because if we take down too many of the trees here, the deer won't spawn. We've got willow over in that direction. Okay, we'll use that for reed making, or basket making, I think. Okay. So everyone is still just bringing the trees down. Yeah, harvest. Yeah, they're all still working through those trees. That's fine. Afterwards, can you clear... And that will clear some of the wild vegetables. I don't want that. Clear some of these over here, in this way. There we go. Alright, so that gives them some more trees they can work through. Because they won't automatically go and collect wood. You need to tell them which trees they are and are not allowed to cut down. Which, like I say, it does let you preserve things. Like I've said, I don't want to be cutting this down because look, we've got all those deer. You can see them highlighted in yellow now. But yeah, we're going to be hunting those hopefully soon for some food. Good. The herbalist hut has got that all sorted out. We are going to need 2. We can have a stockyard. I mean, that's going to be useful as well. Slope too steep. Interesting. Let's put the stockyard down here. Okay, so there's our herbalist hut. Excellent. Work areas. So, yeah, I will let you pause that if you want to have a read through on that, but effectively what we need to do is we need to tell this herbalist where they can collect, and they'll try and collect anything inside this yellow circle. So, if we do that, that's going to get us some of the veggies on this side, as well as all of those greens, which are the ones I was aiming for. We get a couple there. Yeah, that's going to let our herbalist get on with a fair amount. Now, one of the things that we can do is you can relocate buildings, which is quite nicely, and I've just thought I do want to move that over one. It doesn't cost you any resources, it just costs you labour time for someone to actually take it all down and move it over. And again, I do quite like that. Right, so here we've got our hunter's hut. And again, you can... Let's try and get that so the trap is all positive. There we go, trap's green, so they can go hunting in that direction. Predators are attacking. Oh, we got a wolf out there. Well, we haven't got a hunter with a bow yet, so we might lose this person. Stricken with rabies. We don't have a doctor yet. Right, do we have... Let's just pause that for a moment. Amenities and services. We've got a graveyard, we've got a shrine. We don't have a healer's house yet, because we need to upgrade our town centre, and we are not ready for that yet. Okay, that's unfortunate. Means we're going to need a graveyard sooner than later. And where do we want to put that? Because we can't move these. I'm thinking... I'm thinking kind of up here. Yeah, we'll put the graveyard there to start with. And we'll probably need multiples of these. Yeah, so this person here is just laying here because they haven't got a house to go to. So there's nowhere for them to be carried back to, which is a shame. Yeah. That is going to be an issue. It really is. We do need to try and get these houses straightened out so we've got somewhere for people to live. But at the moment, I think people are still collecting wood. Yeah, we've still got trees we're bringing down over in this direction. Okay. Again, I don't want to touch those ones over there. Take a few more down over in this way. Yeah. You can see their health going there. They are going to pass. There's not really anything I can do about that. I am going to need some stones now to finish off the graveyard. So we're going to have to turn those back on. Yeah, there we go. Deceased villager. And we do need to get them picked up and buried, because if we don't, they will attract scavengers, which is not good for us. And they can also put plagues around. So you do need somewhere to put your dead bodies. I was just hoping we weren't going to have one quite this early on. Right. How are you doing? You are collecting greens. That's good. So we have got food coming in there. Smoked meat. You haven't got any meat yet. Have you not found any deer? That's unfortunate. Okay, it does mean we might have to start working on a farm fairly soon as well, which is not what I wanted to do, because I wanted to try and survive off of the the wild greens for a bit first. So this we can move. So yeah, that storage cart we can move around. That's not too much of an issue. Right. What are you up to? Yeah, everyone's unhappy because you don't have a home. Kind of surprised that Hunter's Lodge hasn't got... It's got a bad work rate. Why is that work rate so low? Don't know. I mean, we could put another hunter's hut out this direction to try and handle any wolves that come out in that way. Because the hunters, like I said, they'll have bows. So they will be more equipped to deal with wild animals. Which is good. Okay. You guys are moving all this over there. So I think for now, if we move you there... I have to tell it to move, don't I? Move over here. And then at least they can just run the stone really quickly into it instead of walking all the way to the bottom where we had it before. It would just speed up their carry rate. Because look, you can see they're walking there. Drop it off and then going back. So if I put them right next to it. Right, again, we're getting short on wood. How many... We've still got trees to try and cut down. Okay. So this is just a time-based thing at the moment. We just need to let it wear away. Right, what are you? The building storage is full, so you cannot carry any more greens. Okay. Alright, I mean, that's something at least. So, oh, what are you going to go and do now? Stockpiling greens. Okay, so you're now putting them in the storage cart. So the greens get added to that. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Now what are you going to go and do? Harvesting berries. Okay, that's fine. So we will at some point as well need... where one of the bits we can get hold of is basically a shuttle service where they will go around and they'll carry things backwards and forwards. Right. So that wood split is still going. We have our first house. We've got 4 people living in it. 4 out of the, what have we got, 11 villagers we've got because we had that one pass away. But look, you can see the greens are now gone. We've got to wait for them to grow back. Picking up hawthorn berries. That's fine. You're missing logs. Okay. I mean, we've got plenty of firewood at the moment, so I think what we can do is we can stop that for the moment. So that will free her up to go and do something else. There we go. There's our graveyard. So we've got a person over here, I think. Yeah. Picking up the deceased villager, and they will move them into the graveyard. And how many is that going to store? That's going to store us 112 people. Okay, so that should do us for a while, that graveyard. That's good. Now, the reason we need houses is houses will start generating gold for us, and it's the gold we need for military defences like watchtowers and the like. Yeah, I know we've got a housing shortage. I know. Right, good. They've gone back to getting wood now. Like I said, our main things that we've got sorted are food and water, which I'm okay with. That was the concern. Hang on, I thought I moved your radius to include those ones. There we go. Yeah, your radius now has those. Good. Check that again. Right. Okay, so we've cleared that stone. Those ones are getting cleared, which means you guys are hopefully going back to getting the wood. Well, not the wood. Yeah, you're going back to getting the logs, which is what we need. What is that? Looks like an old abandoned house. This must be one of the new bits that's come in since I last played. Once a temple is constructed. Oh, interesting. Archaeological digs. Interesting. Right, we can get a shrine, which will increase the desirability. Oh, we can't get a shrine. We need money for that. How long until we can get a market? Because I think that's when... I think that starts generating it passively on its own. School, trading post, rat catcher. I mean, we're going to need a smokehouse. Make no questions about the smokehouse being placed next to the house of all the grave sites. But we will need that to smoke the raw meat that we get. Okay. Do I start a farm yet? Oh, chicken coos, they're new. Resources, we got that. We've got what we can do there. Defences, we can build it, but we don't have the gold. And then we've got loads of decorations. So we can put... But again, we need gold for those. Okay. So we've got 2 houses down. How are we doing on our tree collecting? Starting to push out again a bit more. Come this way down a bit. I'll admit, that's not that dense a forest, but until we can get a more sustainable food source coming through, I don't want to cut down the wood over here. Because we're going to need that forest. How long until we can get a forester, actually? Where are we? Resources. Fletcher, baskets, compost, saws. Where are we? These are all the mines. Huh. I thought there was a forester we could get that would then... Yeah, the deep mines, they give you infinite resources. So they're a very late game, because at some places you'll have... Yeah, like here there's a sand pit. So, but that's got a finite yield in it, whereas like here we've got an infinite clay deposit, but we need a deep mine to get to that. But that will never run out, whereas the other ones do. So that's something. Right, cool. We're getting our... What's that? Our 3rd house built. That should then house our entire population. So everyone's then got a home. We're then going to want this other house sorted out because we're going to need room to expand so we can start hopefully having children. Because we're going to need to start expanding the population. Right. I'm sure... Right, what do we need for that? So we need the sword logs. We need the wood planks for that. Okay, so let's get to resources. What do we need for the saw pit? We need the stockyard. Okay, which we are building here. That's fine. That's okay. Right, let's move you back here where you're a bit more safe. Now we've cleared those stones. Oh, I heard another tree going down there. So I can control the flow of time with this game, but early on, I kind of don't like to do that because, as you saw, we got attacked by a wolf. It doesn't give you a lot of time to react. Oh, see our archer shooting stuff there because they are hunting. Good, we're getting some meat. Yep, we got 96 meat there, so as soon as we get that smokehouse down, we're going to be able to start smoking the meat. Right. That's the firewood splitter. Yeah, we've got someone splitting firewood. That's okay. Yeah, we are going to need to... I have to say, these woods are not as thick as I thought they were going to be. More people wish to join. Amass 4 months of food and 6 houses. Right. Well, we've got 23 months of food. We don't have the houses yet, so let's try and get that done. So what I will do is, let's have a... Where's our path? No, I don't want clear, I want path. There we go. So path coming out from the town centre. Let's then have a T-junction, which then will allow us to... Oh. have that house there and that house there. What we can then do is we can have a space there. Right, okay. Because I want to make sure that we've got a space between the houses. So, yeah, if you do that along here, loop that around like so. What we can then do here is we can put a couple more houses. Oh, hang on, what? I thought I'd have room there. No, clear that. I don't want that path. That needs to go further out. So let's place the house. So, that's it backed up there. But I need a space between. So we'll put that there like so. And then... Right, where's the path? Right, okay. So we want it to go there. And then loop around like so. And then back into the town centre. Okay, here we go. We're coming into the winter now. If you couldn't tell by all of the frost and snow there. But we're going to leave this episode here. So, as usual, likes, comments, subscriptions, they'll help the channel grow. They help get it out in front of other people. So thank you very much to those of you that do that. Thank you very much to my patrons and YouTube channel members. Your support is very much appreciated. And please don't forget that as a supporter, you do gain access to the save files for any of the open world games that I'm currently playing. But other than that, thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you all next time.